Hey guys, Coach Colburn here. There's a chance we won't have practice tonight, so I wanted to get you guys a little bit of information about base running. So you can see the oval that I have up to bat right now, right here. Okay, that oval's you. You're the base runner. You're the hitter. So right now, what's going to happen is you're hitting a ground ball. We're going to say you're hitting a ground ball this way, over towards third base or shortstop. Doesn't really matter. So you're hitting a ground ball. What we need you to do is, right out of the batter's box, you go as hard as you can, about 3, 4, 5 steps. Right about here, you're going to take a peek. You're going to look. You're going to look and see, did the ball go through or did the ball stay? If the ball went through, you're immediately going to go into a wide turn, coming around here, and aggressively looking to go to second base. Okay? If the ball did not go through, so you looked up after about 4 steps, you looked up and it stayed in the infield, then you're going to go hard through the base, break down your steps. You're not going to turn this way. You're going to break down your steps. You're going to take a peek over here quickly just to see if the ball got by the first baseman on a throw, and then you're going to get back to first base. Okay, so here's some good videos, some good examples of what we're talking about here. Through the base, break down your steps, and then take a peek to the right to see if the ball got by you. There's another one. Break down, use your chop steps, see if the ball got by you. You'll notice in both of these situations, the players did not take that turn to the right side into foul territory that you see a lot of Little League players take. They stayed right on the foul line. And here's another third example of them staying right on the line. Break down and look. Great job. Thanks to Kevin and Joe for that. So you're going to try to hit the front side of the base. We're not going to lunge or leap toward that base. I don't care how close the play at first is. You're going to keep running and go through it and then break down. Also, when you break down or when you use your chop steps, if you widen your feet a little bit, it helps you to slow down faster. Good stuff, you guys. Thanks. Hey, guys. So the concept of a hustle double is that it's a single that because of your good hustle, it ends up being a double. This can only happen. You can only get a hustle double if you're going full speed out of the box and do everything right. So again, you're out of the box hard. You're taking a peek if it's a ground ball. So if it's a ground ball, you're taking a peek about 3, 4, 5 steps out of the box. Let's say it goes through. You immediately get a nice round turn so that you're coming straight towards second. That's where it happens. Right here, you have to be accelerating, still going fast in this area while you're looking at the outfielder who's fielding the ball. A lot of times that puts tons of pressure on the outfielder, and sometimes they bobble the ball when they can feel you coming around hard and people start yelling too. If they make any hesitation, if they make any bobble, you go hard. Whoops, sorry about that again. You go hard and finish in at second base. It's a hustle double. All right? If it doesn't look like you can get that far, so you look, it goes through, you get your turn, you're coming through hard, you can always shut it down here and hustle back. That's a hustle double. Okay, hey guys. So that red circle is our runner on third base. He's on the base right now. We're talking about leads at third base. So we're going to take our lead in foul territory. When I say foul territory, I'm talking about the dirt right parallel to the foul line. Right in that little dirt area. All right? Basically what we're looking for is that you take your lead, sorry about that. You take your lead back in foul. So here's your primary. Here's your secondary. Then you cross over and come back in fair territory. The reason why you go down in foul and back in fair is that if you're hit by a batted ball in fair territory, you're out. If you're hit by a batted ball in foul territory, you're safe. The reason why you come back in fair territory is basically the opposite reason. We want to be in a direct pathway between the catcher and the third baseman when we come back. Now, we don't want to obstruct the throw on purpose. We don't want to be distracting on purpose. But we do want to come back in fair territory, or at least right up that base path. And that makes it a little bit more challenging for the third baseman and the catcher to make their catch and throw. And let's keep that in mind when we're on defense as well. The next item I want to talk about right now is tagging up. If you're in a tagging up situation, you will have a tiny primary lead. Now think about this. A tagging situation, so there's no outs or one out, and you're on third base. We're going to score. Okay, you're going to score on a hit, you're going to score on a fly ball, you're going to score on lots of different ways, possibly a pass ball, whatever. So right now what I want you to think about is this fly ball to the outfield. Now, if you have a huge primary lead, like happened to us a couple of times in the game last week, if you have a huge primary lead, and then the ball's hit, a lot of you are leaking out on a secondary, the ball's hit, now you're racing to get back, and then you're tagging up and going, that's dangerous. You got to do a better job. So we're going to basically have a tiny little primary. Sorry about that. We'll have a tiny little primary. We'll just barely even turn on our secondary to see the ball. And as soon as it's hitting the air, get right on the base. Be on the base before the ball is caught. And then we can do it a couple different ways. I like to just yell, go, in which case the runner can then head home. A lot of times as you get older, the runner will just be responsible to look at the ball himself, and he'll go after the catch is made. The only time we would want to have a plus primary lead, like a pretty big primary lead, is if I've said to you, I want you to score on a pass ball. So now maybe we're being a little bit more aggressive. But we never want to get picked off of third base, ever, ever. It's a big no-no to get picked off of third base. No reason for it, okay? You're going to score. You're very close to scoring, so we're not gambling over there. The only type of gamble would be a little teeny gamble and maybe a little bit bigger primary if I've asked you to try to score on a pass ball. All right? Down and foul, back and fair, tiny primaries if it's a tag-up situation. Tiny, with almost no secondary.